Hi, and welcome to a reading for the Scorpio full moon. It's right on full moon now, and I've been really drawn to get into the depths of things. We've been really asked to look at the moment of what we want to do for work. What deep down in your soul really lights your fire, your drive, your inspiration, your want and desire to get out there and actually do something. I think it's a lot different than the 9 to 5, a lot less the nuts and bolts of things. It's more the emotional and the driven side of you that really we need to look at the moment. Your unconscious, the sensitive part of yourself, your inner emotions. So in those times where you have those whimsies, desires, wanting to actually just do this for a job, I wish I could. If you say to yourself, gee, I wish I didn't have to go to do X, Y, and Z today. I really wish I could either stay home and do whatever, or if I could swap this for something else. It's what we really want to do with our lives. And the universe, our guides, are asking us to actually decide what we really want to do. Not what society tells us we should be doing, but what we really want to be doing with our time. I hear that there's a lot of stuff coming up about, if I go do that, I won't be able to afford to pay my rent. I won't be able to afford to get food. I won't be able to do the things I need to do in the 3D. But it's a case of deciding this is what I am going to do and making a game plan in the 3D world. You might feel, if you actually were to suggest this or say this to people, that people would think that it would be a waste of time. I hear in our family we do it this way, in our society we do it that way. The expectations of you could be quite vast, all-encompassing. But until you actually get the idea and actually start to move towards it in the physical world, it'll be very difficult to put it into action anyway. So we've been asked at this time to decide, right down in the depths of yourself, decide that you are going to do and be what you really want to do and what you really want to be. This day and age, compared to all other ages, the ability to be able to do what you want to do with your time and to make money out of it is accessible to all. No longer are we held in specific roles, gender roles, societal roles. No longer are we expected to get up and work for, I hear, the man, that old saying, going off and working for the man, I also hear, working on the railroad, that we're working on the railroad, that sort of thing, and having to labour intently. With the beginning of AI coming online, the manual jobs that we have been asked to do over the eons to actually, we need to go out there and shovel dirt, or I suppose it'll be hard for a robot to do that, but work in the supermarket or work in a factory or whatever. All these jobs, the more manual kind of jobs, are being taken over by robotics. So it will be a case of what will humans end up having to do with their time. So now's the time to actually move into deciding for yourself what you'd really like to be doing with your time. Is it, example, YouTube, putting yourself out there, showing the world the real you, flying that freak flag, showing the world, or giving information, teaching? I hear from the collective, the energy is, oh, well, there's so many people already doing what I want to do. Yeah, there are a lot of people doing all sorts of stuff out there. And that's always been the case. Whatever field you've gone into, there's always lots of other people doing that for a job. But you are incredibly special. You're an individual. You have something that is completely unique. It can't be replicated. So to go out there and actually show the world the real you is a gift, because there's people out there that really want to see the real you, who want to have you give those goods or services or whatever it is to the rest of the world. You could feel like you need to own this position straight up. I am a whatever. Yes, of course you can do that. But I think it's more along the lines of getting used to it yourself, putting on those new clothes, putting on that new idea of now I'm doing this. It could be in the evening, hopping on the computer and doing a little bit of study or finding out about certain things that you've been really interested in. For example, I'm looking into astrology. I know enough to be dangerous, as they say. But it's something that's really interesting to me. Putting yourself out on the world stage is highly indicated. Not putting yourself in a box. It could be getting yourself, your service, your thing out into the wider community and having the inspiration to do so. There are ways and means that will come available to you by doing so. Everything will be laid brick by brick on the path, I hear, as you start to walk it. So it's just a matter of taking that first step of sitting with yourself and deciding, what do you want to be doing with your time? If you find it becomes too cerebral, too much in your mind, you go, oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, or it becomes very emotional. Ground your energy. Put your feet on the ground. By having your feet on the ground, you can have your head in the clouds. That's one of my sayings. So now's the time to take ownership. Ownership of the thing that makes you individual, the thing that makes you that wonderful human that you are. Let's get some advice. It's in times of distractions a lot of the time. You sort of get lost in the thoughts of, if only I could, is where you might get a glimmer of what would be best for you. Less about going into the matrix, going into the world of Instagram and all that sort of stuff where you can just get caught down the rabbit hole. It can be a massive time waster. If you have dreams, they could be of great help at the moment, that's for sure. But it's a new world emerging. And out of it is coming some very different ideas now. Incredibly different ideas now. You could have had that dream when you were younger. Oh, this is what I'd love to do. But you've been told by the world that it's complete folly. Okay? Other people might have an opinion on it too. I also thought when, back in the day, maybe if you did this, you had a couple of drinks with friends or something, and you came up with all these wonderful ideas. Oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We're going to travel the world. We're going to, come up with these amazing things, and in the morning you sort of dealing with a little bit of a hangover and going, oh my God, can you believe we said all that, and just sort of write it off. Well, I think in those sort of times of just having that sort of lightness to you, that you can come up with some really interesting ideas. There might be something in it. I'm not saying, go do excess. Don't drink to excess. But those times when you're sort of throwing ideas around with friends and that sort of stuff. It's not a time to really hyper-focus on worry. It's not a time at the moment to really focus on all the things that have hurt you, or focus on things of the past, things that didn't work out. Because the more you focus on the things that didn't work out, the more it takes your energy back there. All right, advice. Thank you. You want to certainly be admired for what you do. And see, the thing is, we can't be experts straight up. Sometimes it takes time to actually become good at what we do. And so to actually envision yourself to be an absolute expert at the beginning of anything is going to set yourself up for failure. As I said earlier, it's really good to sort of start off, behind closed doors if you have to just get practice on what you're doing. There will always be people who are jealous of what you do, and it's really important not to be jealous of others. Like, oh, I wish I was like this person, or they've got it together, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. How did they've got to the top, that sort of thing. Well, they would have had lots of times where they didn't have the confidence in themselves either. There would have been lots of practice behind the scenes. If you actually look at anyone that's any good at anything, really, unless they're a prodigy in what they do, they start off by learning and making mistakes, but the only constant is they keep on going. They keep on going at what they're doing. They don't let mistakes or defeats or jealousies or other things like that get the better of them. There's always going to be people that aren't very happy with what you do, or are always going to feel a little bit jealous about what you do. There's always going to be people like that, because people. But it's a matter of not worrying so much about it. You're going to have the inspiration to possibly get out in the world. Travel helps a lot in any kind, even if it's just to take yourself for a walk around the block. That would be a fabulous grounding thing to do, to get yourself into your body. And less worry about, oh, if I start to do this, will I end up with less money? Because, as I said, the more you focus on what you focus on, the more likely you're going to bring it into your world. Because when you do what you love for work, that's when everything amazing comes into your world. Oh, the joy of being able to spend your time doing exactly what you like to do. So what is it that you really want to do with your time? You might be a Sudoku, you love Sudoku, you love reading books, you like, gardening, you like whatever it be. There is a platform out there, there is ways and means to be able to materialize it. and to envision how good it could possibly be. Oh, to get to the end of your life and to sit in the comfort and knowledge that you'd actually spent your time doing what you wanted to do. Because that's the bounty. That's the bounty. Right. Advice. Yeah, so I was just thinking, it's less of listening to people saying, oh, well, that can't be done because of this reason, and if somebody else has already tried that, and, you know, in this society you can't, you know, manifest this and you can't do that and you're expected to do this and that. Less listening to that. Literally just cut it out. If you hear yourself saying that to yourself, cut it out. Because there's no way you can get to this when you listen to all that. There's always somebody. Always somebody. Not happy. There we go. Oh, wow. There's always somebody not happy for you. There's always someone wanting to turn the lights off. But yes, I think the inspiration will come to you, particularly this evening when you go to bed. Take real great note of your dreams this evening. See what fears come up. See what ideas come out of it. Because your guides, the universe, the angels are trying to shower you with the abundance that is your birthright. We're all supposed to live in absolute abundance. You already have what you need. You already have what you need to love. Love what you have around you right now, even if it's not exactly ideal in any way, shape or form. Love it wholly and solely, and realize that it, particularly if it's not something ideal, the fact that you love it, knowing that by being in this situation, it is now driving you forward to end up in a much better situation, to drive you forward to end up in a much better life. At times, you literally, over recent weeks and months, you could feel like you've been on your knees, looking up, saying, I'd really love this to happen, you know, I'd really love that to happen. But even by saying that, you're chasing it away a little bit, because you are saying to the universe that you don't have it in your life. So whatever we're thinking, we're manifesting. It's just the law of the universe. I deserve to live in an atmosphere of joy and acceptance. Absolutely. And it's now time to manifest that. But to live in joy and acceptance of yourself, first and foremost. I am open and receptive to all good. And my day begins and ends with self-love and appreciation. Loving on yourself and appreciating where you are in life is the start. I wake up in the morning loving myself, praising myself, and telling myself, I love being me. There's only one of you in the world. There is only one. You are unique, an individual. You have a God-given right to take up space, and it's your birthright and also your mission, in my belief, on this planet to show up and be the authentic you, 100%, just as you are, warts and all of you. So it starts with loving yourself, to realize that you are pretty darn special, particularly under this Scorpio full moon. and to check your emotions. Check the thoughts you're saying to yourself. Don't take anybody telling you, oh, do you really think you should do that? Do you really think you should be doing that? You're going to be wasting your time. You're not going to have enough money. Oh, you can't earn money doing that, and all the things. You could even be saying this to yourself. What needs to happen is, I am amazing, I am incredible, I do what I love to do for my job, and I earn incredible money for it. There's more money in my bank account than I could ever even use in my lifetime because I do what I love to do every day. And so it is. All right, let's have a look at any love blocks that might be affecting it, particularly in the Scorpio full moon. Ask for help, seek wisdom from a mentor if you need be, yes. But don't listen to people that say all those things I just said. Mentors in the past could have literally said, you're not really that good at whatever it is. You're better off being something else. And protection. Protect yourself from the negativity of others, absolutely. Pull in that absolute protection of yourself. Don't replay the old stories that things have told you, or people put judgments on you at this time. Because you're the only one, unique individual, that knows what you can and can't do. So now it's time to choose you. Choose you and go out there and show the world exactly what you can do. Don't beat yourself up if it doesn't work out straight up. Just pick yourself up and keep on going. Because the people that succeed are the ones that don't give up, and also the ones that don't listen to people that tell them they can't do something. People that are the best in the world at what they do, there is always other people trying to bring them down so they can be the best in the world. Know that you're the best in the world at what you want to do. And go out there and just do it. Don't be ashamed if you fall short of your expectations. Just get up and do it again. Don't be jealous of others. Start to write it down. Start to write your ideas down. A great way. And also write down to yourself, today is the start of a brand new day. Today is the start of my brand new life. And dream big. Dream big. Because you're starting to see things from a very different perspective. And sometimes by doing things that are different, you need to put yourself in a pretty awkward and uncomfortable position to start with. Oh, but how you can see the world very differently from this position. So if you find yourself stuck in a very uncomfortable position at the moment, you will realize that you start to see things very differently. And from here is where you pull yourself down from that and you get up and you keep on going. Because you're open and receptive to all good. You deserve to live in joy and an atmosphere of joy and abundance. It is your birthright. I really hope that helped. I hope you have a wonderful Scorpio full moon. Dream your biggest dream tonight under that full moon. And know that whatever you put your mind, heart and soul to will be yours. Love you all. Bye for now.